The Battle of Banquan, traditionally dated to around 2500 BCE, stands as one of the earliest recorded military conflicts in Chinese history. Taking place during a time when China was a land of nascent tribal alliances and burgeoning political structures, this battle is significant not only for its military implications, but also for its foundational role in the mythology and early historiography of the Chinese civilization. The principal figures in this historic battle were the legendary Yellow Emperor, Huangdi, and the chieftain of the Yin tribe, Yindi. These two leaders were not only prominent political figures, but also key characters in Chinese mythology. The Yellow Emperor, considered a cultural hero and one of the five emperors of ancient China, is credited with numerous inventions and cultural advancements that laid the groundwork for Chinese civilization. Yindi, on the other hand, is often depicted as a deity associated with agriculture and herbal medicine, representing an earlier phase of Chinese cultural development. The conflict between Huangdi and Yindi is generally understood as a struggle for supremacy among competing tribes in the Yellow River Basin, a fertile region that was becoming increasingly central to the development of early Chinese civilization. This region, characterized by its rich soil and access to water, was highly coveted by various tribes for its agricultural potential and strategic importance. The Yellow Emperor, leading his coalition of tribes, sought to unify the disparate groups under a single leadership, establishing a more centralized political structure. Yindi, representing the older order of tribal chieftains, resisted this centralization, leading to the inevitable clash at Banquan. The exact location of Banquan remains a topic of scholarly debate, but it is generally thought to have been in the vicinity of modern-day Hunan or Shanxi provinces. The Battle of Banquan was not a single, isolated conflict, but rather a series of engagements that unfolded over time. These skirmishes were characterized by the use of primitive weaponry such as stone axes, wooden spears, and bows and arrows. The tactics employed were likely rudimentary, reflecting the nascent state of military strategy at the time. However, the battle also saw the use of more advanced techniques and organizational skills that would come to define later Chinese warfare. Huangdi's forces, though initially at a disadvantage, were able to leverage their superior organization and strategic planning to gain the upper hand. The Yellow Emperor is often credited with introducing early forms of military strategy and tactics, which played a crucial role in his eventual victory. According to legend, Huangdi's army utilized innovative formations and coordinated attacks that overwhelmed the less organized forces of Yindi. One of the key turning points in the Battle of Banquan was the deployment of the Yellow Emperor's elite warriors, known as the Bear Warriors. These fighters, reputedly dressed in bear skins and using shock tactics, were instrumental in breaking the lines of Yindi's forces. Their fierce reputation and psychological impact on the battlefield contributed significantly to Huangdi's success. The defeat of Yindi at Banquan did not immediately result in the unification of the tribes under the Yellow Emperor's rule. Instead, it marked the beginning of a prolonged period of consolidation and conflict, as Huangdi worked to solidify his authority and integrate the various tribes into a cohesive political entity. This process involved not only military conquest but also diplomatic negotiations and alliances, reflecting the complex nature of early state formation in ancient China. In the aftermath of Banquan, the Yellow Emperor embarked on a series of campaigns to subdue other rival chieftains and expand his influence. These efforts culminated in the Battle of Zhuolu, another legendary conflict where Huangdi faced the formidable Qiyu, a chieftain known for his strength and martial prowess. The victory at Zhuolu further cemented Huangdi's dominance and contributed to his legacy as a unifying figure in Chinese mythology. The legacy of the Battle of Banquan extends beyond its immediate historical context. The Yellow Emperor's victory and subsequent unification efforts laid the groundwork for the development of early Chinese civilization, setting the stage for the rise of dynastic rule and the establishment of a centralized state. Huangdi's reign is often credited with numerous cultural and technological advancements, including the invention of the calendar, writing, and various agricultural techniques. Moreover, the battle holds a significant place in Chinese cultural memory and mythology. The Yellow Emperor is revered as a foundational figure in Chinese history, symbolizing the virtues of leadership, innovation, and unity. His victory at Banquan is celebrated as a pivotal moment that helped shape the identity and trajectory of Chinese civilization. The mythologization of the Battle of Banquan also reflects the broader themes of struggle and unification that have been central to Chinese history. The narrative of Huangdi's triumph over rival chieftains and his efforts to forge a unified state resonate with later historical events, such as the unification of China under the Qin dynasty and the consolidation of power under various imperial regimes. In contemporary China, the Yellow Emperor and the Battle of Banquan continue to be invoked as symbols of national unity and cultural heritage. The story of Huangdi's leadership and his efforts to unify the tribes of the Yellow River Basin are celebrated in various cultural and historical commemorations, highlighting the enduring significance of this ancient conflict in the collective consciousness of the Chinese people. In conclusion, the Battle of Banquan is a seminal event in the early history of China, marking the beginning of a process of unification and state formation that would shape the future of Chinese civilization. The victory of the Yellow Emperor over Yindi and the subsequent consolidation of power set the stage for the development of a centralized state and the flourishing of Chinese culture and technology. The battle's legacy, enshrined in mythology and historical memory, continues to influence contemporary understandings of Chinese identity and heritage, underscoring its lasting impact on the nation's historical narrative.